Hey everyone, so as you all know, 3.10 changed up the targeting methods quite a bit, so I've been doing a lot of combat missions to try to get used to it so I can make an informed video on the best way to use the new system. So I'll try to get that out in a few days, but while I've been doing that, I wanted to take a look at the ship of the month, which is the Aegis Sabre. So the Sabre is a medium fighter with a bit of a focus on stealth. It's not the most stealthy in the Sabre line, but you can see that its goal is to have some sort of stealth just from the way it's designed, especially with features like these bomb bay doors that cover up the missiles, and the weapons being pretty recessed into the frame. This feature also makes the ship pretty durable, and I have not lost any weapons, even while taking heavy damage with it. Also, I've heard from those who do a lot of dogfighting it's one of the best, if not the best, in this role, and that lines up pretty well with my experiences. So the Sabre has 4 size 3 hardpoints and comes stock with 4 CF series laser repeaters, which are fixed, and these work pretty well with the new changes in 3.10. Also, the Sabre is pretty maneuverable, and it isn't too big of a target with the slim cross-section, which is part of why it's so good at dogfighting. Another great thing about it is it has 3 size 1 shields, so it can be pretty well defended once you get the loadout correct. And I found durability to be more important than before in this patch, since I found myself flying slower overall to take advantage of the new fixed weapon changes, and as a result of that I was taking some more hits. So it isn't the most maneuverable, it doesn't have the highest damage output, and it isn't the tankiest, but as a medium fighter it does a very good job finding a balance between all of those things, and this is why it's so good. However, I found that tweaking a few things in the stock loadout made it a bit better, so I'm going to take a look at that now. By default, this ship comes set up very well for stealth, with mostly stealth components including the shields and power generators. Now if you want to, you could upgrade these to higher grade stealth components, but that's pretty expensive, and in terms of raw performance it's not the best you can get. Since I don't really have a use for stealth in my fighters, I decided to just go with normal components. So the shields were the thing I found the most lacking in this ship from the stock loadout, especially when doing missions like claim jumpers, but upgrading these can triple this ship's shields, which really helps. Now in doing so I had to upgrade one of the power units, but that's not a big deal. Other than that, you might want to switch out the quantum drive to a slightly slower one like the Voyage here, since it has range to make trips like Port Olisar to Microtech, which makes it a lot more convenient to fly this thing around the verse. And if you plan on doing PvP, you may want to use gimbaled weapons, just to have an easier time landing shots, since your opponents will be a lot more competent than NPCs. So right now I've heard that ballistic Gatlings are pretty good for that use case, so that's what I would go with if I were going to switch this out for PvP.
Anybody out there? I've got pirates all over me! I need assistance here!
So I've been enjoying these new ECN alert missions. There's a lot more enemies to take care of, and I think that's good because it lines up more with the payouts, and there's just more gameplay. Also, the voice lines are a nice touch. But as you can see from this footage that I've been showing throughout this video, this is quite the capable fighter. It's got plenty of damage output, especially now that fixed weapons can land shots, and it can take quite a few hits too. It's going to be hard to have to go back to my Buccaneer and losing weapons off my wings anytime someone sneezes on me. So overall, if you're looking for a solid fighter, this is going to be one of your best options right now. Unfortunately, it's not available to rent right now, so you can't really try it out that easily, but you can buy it in-game for a bit over 2 million Alpha UEC. So if you're in the market for a fighter, this is a very strong contender. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please leave a like. Thanks for watching.